And welcome back. Now that I have the map loaded, I'm going to be showing you some really cool stuff here. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to create some zealots. And I'm going to come over here to the Terran side, and I am going to create some marauders. Oh, too many. Alright, so I have 5 zealots and 5 marauders. I want to show you what happens when I pair these guys up. As you can see, these marauders are they're no challenge for these zealots to just rip right through. But if you can upgrade your marauders, if you come up here and upgrade to concussive shells, you're going to give your marauders a hell of a chance. Now watch what this does. Now this requires a little bit of micro, and now what micromanagement is basically like controlling every little aspect of your unit and trying to gain an advantage over the enemy here. Looks like I'm short a guy. Let me make sure it's even here. Get up there, Zealot. Get up the ramp and for ire. Alright, so let's do this again, but this time I'm going to be kiting him around. I am going to be using some micro here to kind of tip this battle into my favor with these marauders. Now if you notice, with these concussive shells, it slows them down, and it basically, they can get off a hit here and there, but I am able to just kite them around, and they're not able to hit me nearly as much as I am hitting them. And I am taking what was previously an unwinnable battle by a majority and turning it into my favor here. And now I have just won, and not only won, but decisively won. I still have 4 of my marauders against their 6 zealots. I only lost 2 marauders. They lost 6 zealots. That is a decisive victory, considering if I had just sent them in there, they would have been destroyed by those zealots. This is micromanagement, and you can do it with a lot of different units in a lot of different ways. Let me show you something down here that you can do with the Zerg. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to morph in some roaches. I'm going to put them over here. Let's go ahead and upgrade Burrow, and we're going to go ahead and upgrade these guys. And what this one here does, this tunneling claws, is it allows these guys to move while they're underground, and it also increases their life regeneration while they are burrowed, which allows some interesting micro to develop. Let's go ahead and do the same thing over here. Let's go ahead and spawn us up some roaches. And we'll go ahead and upgrade them, even though I'm not going to be microing them, just to make sure everything is on an equal ground. Now, we're going to be taking these guys over here, and what I'm going to do is, as these guys get low on health, I'm just going to simply burrow them. And then as they get high on health, I'm going to unburrow them. So let's go ahead and micromanage this fight. Now I can unburrow these guys. And look at that. I still have the majority of my roaches here, simply because all I did was burrow them and then unburrow them. And I ended up winning that fight. This is called micromanagement. And like I said, you can do it in so many different ways, it's not even funny. Let me show you another little trick up here. Let's go ahead and spawn in 6 stalkers. And let's bring in 6 stalkers from this side. Now, what's key to this is an ability called Blink. Now, naturally, if we fight these guys together, they're going to come out basically even, and you're going to have maybe 1 unit on each side until you'll probably be left with 1 unit, sometimes 2, depending on how it plays out. But generally speaking, it is a pretty equal fight if you just let them fight. But however, if you use proper micromanagement skills and pull your weak enemies or your weak units to the rear as they take damage with Blink, you can really tip the battle in your favor. Watch this. As you see, I won, and I didn't do a very good job of blinking there, but I still won the battle. Somebody who is much more proficient at blinking can actually probably save about 4 or 5 of those stalkers. And there is a very good video. I recommend you watch it. I don't think it's on a replay anymore because it was in the beta, but it was between IdrA and, what was his name now? DrunkBobby and IdrA. You can look it up on YouTube, and you can see some very, very excellent use of the blink skill for micromanagement. It actually won the game for Bobby and really pissed off IdrA. He just kind of rage quit and left the match without saying good game. But it does highlight some very good use of micro skills, and you can do this with a lot of units. I could spend all day here, you know, just showing you all the different kind of things you can do with units, but it's best to do it yourself. I recommend that you come in, download this map. Well, don't download, but just pick this map and practice with these different units. Try different combinations of units. Practice until you kind of get down. You know, take an equal group of this, an equal group of that, and then practice microing them around and see how you can turn the battle in your favor. Any unit that has a special ability can be microed, and can be microed well. You know, it's just a matter of using the ability and figuring out how to use the ability to tip a battle in your favor. I hope you guys found this useful. It's just a tip of the iceberg on micromanagement, but I just wanted to introduce you into what it is and how it can be useful in your game. Before you start focusing on this micromanagement, however, make sure that you got your macro management down first. Macro meaning your development of your base. You need to know how to develop your base, research upgrades, scout, build new units, and that sort of thing before you really start focusing on the micro. You know, you want to really just focus on the macro, getting those units out, and then once you've mastered that, you can use this micro to push you over the edge and get you into that next level of gaming. If you guys found my video useful, please subscribe, please thumbs up, and I will hit you guys up with some more videos here in the future. Till next time, Thinking Gamer out.